On today's episode of Let's Make Little Mistakes, Not Big Ones, we are going to talk about falling in love. I'm sure everyone listening has experienced that phenomenal feeling of finding yourself falling for someone. Like you find yourself thinking about someone more often than you expect to. You find yourself imagining things with someone that you usually don't do. I found myself in this situation of recent, and it made me go back in time to remember when I was a bit younger, when I was still new in all this falling in love stuff, and just riding that emotional roller coaster of okay, let's see how things go, falling in love, trying to get into a relationship, everyday conversation, until we get to the part where it seems a bit toxic. You see, if it were the Chuka of 2023, I would have said, oh, just because I'm thinking about someone, I would assume that there is really something there. I would. But I've come to realize that there is a mistake we make when we are looking at things from our feelings, just because we have so much emotion or so much feelings about a person. It does not mean that automatically we're expected to be in a relationship with that person. Sometimes those feelings are genuine and you have to give it time. There are some people that they knew they liked this person, the person knew they liked them, they all knew, but they still they couldn't rush it. You can't skip process. You have to allow it build. If it's going to be something that would last, you need to let it build slowly. You don't rush the foundation process. And that's my message today. Sharing from my experience, I recall there was a time I met a particular lady. We just we just met that day. Spoke that day. We spoke almost all through the night. We spoke let's say we met around, let's say 4 in the afternoon, and from 4 we spoke all the way to, let's say 11 in the night, to show you how quickly we bonded and how we never ran out of what to talk about. Like the chemistry was just there, and immediately I was like, oh God, she's the one. Like, for a moment, I thought I had come to my stop. I thought, oh, I found someone that I can never run out of stuff to talk with. I found someone that this thing. And why that was actually true, because at that moment, that was what it was. I didn't take time to get to know our own point of view, how she felt, what she thinks, or where she was in life, and how to take things slowly. No, I tried to rush it. And I just assumed that, because I felt this way, and because of all this, we're going to get the relationship started. Only for later 2 months in. No, is it 2 months? Yeah, I think 2 months in, we began to have breaking communications. Stories of exes begin to come up, and you know how the story goes now. Like, you're becoming too much. Is this, is that. And I think that was back in 2022, yeah. 2021/2022. So I can't recall exactly, but it was around August, September, October. Everything fell apart, I think thereabout in October, yeah. Or late September, but we met in August. Yeah, it was amazing, that first moment. And one thing I learned from that interaction, God bless her wherever she is, we don't want to keep in touch. Like, that episode just ended quickly. But one thing I learned was that we need to give it time. Our feelings, we need to let it settle, and we need to allow that person to be on the same page with us. I told you now, of recent, I found myself thinking about someone, and I resisted it for a while. I consulted one of my good friends. She told me, it's better you actually say something, and you don't torment yourself. In our words, you don't have to torment yourself for any longer. And so I summoned courage. I had this interaction with this wonderful lady, and it was a good one, because I came to realize that there's nothing wrong with me, because normally based on what had happened with the other lady, I usually assume that when I meet someone and I'm liking them too much, there's something wrong. Like, it's all red flag to me. But now that when it came again, I thought it was a red flag until I had the conversation. And I realized that I didn't die after having that conversation. And I'm not even in a hurry to do anything. I'm not in a hurry like, oh, let's get into a relationship. I'm not in a hurry like, oh, I'm going to stop talking to every other person just to talk to this person. No. It's none of that. And so one mistake I would encourage us to avoid, you might make the mistake of catching feelings for the wrong person, true. You might make a mistake for liking someone way too much, true. That's not a bad thing, in fact. But what you should not do is don't rush the process. Learn to meet people at where they are. If someone, you might even meet your perfect person, but the person is not mentally there yet, or the person is not ready for you. You just have to let things be the way they are. You don't force things. You don't try to become exclusive. You don't begin to ask them for a relationship. If they tell you they need time or they are not ready, you can't force it. You can't begin to, oh, I'm going to convince them, or I'm going to show them that this can work. No, you don't do all of that. The mistake you can make is you can love the wrong person. You can fall in. In fact, we can't love the wrong person, but you can fall in love with the wrong person. You can have a new idea, a false identity on someone else. You can do all that, but as long as you can keep it slow and steady, you don't force commitment. You don't rush commitment. You don't demand for what cannot be given to you. You don't have to explain. They said perfect understanding needs no explanation. So if two people understand themselves, they don't need to be explaining themselves like, oh, I feel this way about you. No, both of you get it and you respect it. One person might not be vocal, the other one might be vocal, but you need to meet each other at where you both are. And one thing I'm learning, and you can come back and hold me to this, is we do not rush our feelings. We let it settle. And then when our head is calm, we make the proper decision. We can't afford to be falling in love every time. We can't afford to be, you just have to grow up, get control of your emotions, acknowledge your emotions, don't act impulsively on them, and learn to allow other people just be themselves. And I hope this episode blesses you. If you've been enjoying this, please follow the podcast, drop a comment, share, tell a friend to tell another friend, until we all gather here and it's a wonderful experience. My name is Chuka Michael Nwaezuoke. I am your host, and I'm grateful you got to the end of this episode. Bye for now.